Hey guys, I'm back with some tips for your next beach vacation. I'm going to talk about 3 items that I really wish I knew 10 years ago when I started traveling a lot to the Caribbean and other beach tropical places. I really wish I had these items when I was on those trips, and I hope these items will actually benefit you in your next trip. So the first thing I want to talk about are water shoes. And you might be wondering, why do I need water shoes? Can I just go barefoot into the beach or into the ocean? And sure, you can. If that's something that you're totally fine with, go ahead. But for me, I'm particularly kind of worried about stepping on something sharp, such as like sea urchins or some kind of sea marine life that I don't want to touch with my bare feet. So I find that shoes are very helpful. And the particular ones that I want to suggest are the ones that I bought off Amazon. They're really cheap. Less than $20, and they're super comfortable. They're really light. They're kind of like water socks. They're not really shoes, but they have a nice thick surface at the bottom. Now, another reason why it might be important to wear foot protection when going to the beach is that there are a lot of dogs, and I read an article recently about these 2 women that went to Jamaica, and they were walking on the beach barefoot. And what actually ended up happening was that they had parasites or worms growing in their feet. And I'm easy to become anxious or paranoid about this type of stuff. So when I saw that article, it kind of ruined my vacation. But then I'm like, oh well, I can just wear some shoes, some water shoes that I can just, they're very light, they don't feel too cumbersome to wear and easy to put on. Yeah, so I don't know if that's a real issue. I see a lot of dogs when I go to the Caribbean. I see dogs even taking a poop on the beach. I don't want to have fecal matter on my feet, and that might give me worms. So hopefully that can be avoided with these shoes, obviously. So just another reason why maybe shoes might be a good option for you on your next vacation. Another reason why you might want shoes is, let's say for example, you're leaving a resort, you're going on an excursion to a waterfall, and you want to jump into some fresh water. There are a lot of sticks and stones, and this could also exist on the beach. There could be really crappy beaches that are, have really sharp rocks or whatever. What I like to do is when I go to these waterfalls or whatever, I like to wear water shoes to protect my really soft city feet at the bottom. Thank you, Google. Now, these particular shoes are very light and not bulky, and I think that's really important when you have very limited storage in your luggage. Oh, and one little nice thing about having shoes is that if your friends decide to go on a random trip outside of the beach and they're all walking barefoot, at least you have shoes and you can walk on the city streets and not risk yourself stepping on any glass. Now, unfortunately, there is some build quality issues that I had with it. It did rip, and that could have been because I went surfing with the shoes, and that kind of action of jumping on the board might have caused a lot of force, wear and tear on the connection around the sole to the shoe, to the top layer of the shoe. But I do think for the price and what you get, I think they're excellent water socks or water shoes. Now, for the second thing, it's for snorkeling or for swimming in the beach, basically a very bright orange inflatable tube that you can connect to your waist, and as you swim, it kind of follows you as you swim along. Now, why would you want this? Well, for me personally, when I go snorkeling in the open ocean, I can sometimes get a panic attack or get a little worried because the waves are getting big or things are happening, and I don't know. Sometimes I kind of freak out in the middle of the ocean, and I don't know why that's happening, but it's something that has become a trend for me, and I'm getting better at it. So it's nice to have some mental comfort that you can always jump onto this or hug it in a way, like go on top of it and have a rest break. What's really nice is that it's not a life vest, so it's not kind of restricting you. I find the cheap life vest that you have to inflate and kind of connect with wraps, and there's a strap that goes under between your legs. I find those inflatable life vests just awful to wear. Any type of life vest is too bulky for me. This tube is so small, it's so compact, I can just put in my luggage, and it's basically a life vest for me, except I don't have to wear it, so that's really great. But another really important thing, and I think it's more about your life and your safety, is that when you're swimming in open waters, sometimes there are a lot of Sea-Doos or jet skis, a lot of boats out there that are really reckless and really stupid, to be honest, that come really close to the shore where people are swimming, and it can actually hit you and kill you. They can give you a nice haircut with their propeller. Being seen is extremely important for me. I don't want to get hit by a freaking boat on my trip. So wearing this, it does look kind of funny, but I was actually complimented by the water sports guy, the head of water sports guy at my recent resort, telling me that it was a really good idea because this particular resort I was staying was notorious for the locals coming on jet skis and saying like, hey, do you want to ride my jet ski? And like come really close to the shore. Definitely a lifesaver in the case of not getting hit by a boat. Okay, and the third and final thing I want to talk about are mesh bags, and particularly there's the traditional Speedo bag it's a traditional backpack, and then the second one is just the basic mesh bag by Phantom Aquatics. So the Speedo bag, it's really cheap. It was like $18 Canadian, and the mesh bag from my Phantom Aquatics was around $7, so super cheap bags. I think that you need this when you go down to the beach or on a vacation or do a day trip, because you don't want to take your nice commuter city bag to the beach and then get sand, or I recently had an accident where lotion exploded in my bag and all this white sunscreen was all over my bag. And maybe you bring food and you don't want all this like crumbs and all that crap. Keep your nice Gucci bag at home and bring these cheap bags on your vacation, because not only does the mesh allow your wet clothes and your wet towels to dry as you keep them in storage, you basically don't have to bring your nice equipment to the beach. Now for the traditional backpack, the Speedo bag, I found that it was actually really big. I was able to fit 2 huge towels, a bunch of like accessories, water, lotion, all that type of stuff into the bag pretty well. I did have the secondary bag, the Mesh Aquatics Phantom bag, because I wanted to keep all my snorkel equipment kind of separate, things that are really wet. For example, my water shoes. You might need a third bag, another Mesh Phantom Aquatics bag, if you have like really big snorkel fins or for your feet. So just keep that in mind. I was actually able to fit like 3 snorkels, 2 water shoes, a bunch of stuff into the mesh bag. So I think having the two, they're very complementary, they work together. You definitely want to carry the bulk of your stuff on your back, because having to walk around and carry the mesh bag, which is just a sling strap, it's still very comfortable, but it's nice to have both. Also, what I really liked about the Speedo backpack was that obviously it had mesh, so allow things to dry, but it also had different compartments. So you had a small compartment for your keys, your lip balm, sunglasses, stuff like that. Then you had a medium-sized compartment for like larger items, so such as your sunblock, and then obviously you had the main backpack, which you could put all your very large items inside. So there was plenty of space. It's a top-loaded bag, so basically you can actually put a ton of stuff into it and just kind of have it quickly closed, so it was easy to get stuff in and out. And lastly, there's a compartment to hold your water bottle. Now, I just want to stress one more time, these 2 bags have been a game changer for us when we go on vacation and we go on day excursions that are very water sport oriented, because your stuff isn't confined into a closed bag, and when it's wet, it really gets stinky. So when we're back home, everything is like kind of clean, doesn't smell as bad, and everything is dry, so it's amazing. And most importantly, we're not getting our expensive, $200, $100 city bags. We're not getting them dirty at all. Okay, so that's it. I hope that the shoes, the inflatable tube, and these types of bags are going to be useful items that you may want to purchase for your next beach vacation or snorkel trip or whatever water sport activity you may have. Please let me know down in the comments if you have any tips that I could benefit from, because I would love to hear this. It took me 10 years, which is really sad to kind of find and realize that there are certain things that you can purchase that really give a lot of value for you when you go on your next vacation. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video, and give a subscribe if you want to hear more of this type of content. See you in the next one.
Hey guys, so I'm in the beautiful Caribbean St. Lucia ocean snorkeling, and I now have the confidence to snorkel free-handed using this thing. So people can track me, people can see me where I am, my people, but also I can just have the confidence to swim free. The only downside is when I dive, I can't go too deep. So there's a little buckle you can unleash. You just re-buckle and you dive down. Let me demonstrate. Okay, so that was great. I still have my cleat. Gonna strap it back on. If I'm tired, I can rest on it.